I think about moving those weights, pushing my body to the next level, working out harder than the day before.
To know his greatest accomplishment, you kind of have to know where Isaac came from and where Isaac started.
Growing up, it made my life difficult because I was always the biggest kid. From bullying to being teased.
He didn't like to go out in public.
I was in a dark place, thoughts of suicide, self-inflicted pain, and it was all due to the depression and the fight and the struggle with the food. I just was compulsive towards food. I broke the threshold of 300, one of the scariest days of my life.
He made the decision all on his own to change everything about himself.
Fitness, and it helped transform his life. The way he's been able to touch people, beyond amazing when you know his backstory and the person he was and the person that he's transformed into.
Growing up, all the way to about 7 years old, I was a pretty thin kid. Great family, mom, dad, sister, amazing family growing up. I wrestled since I was about 6 years old, played basketball till high school, and I was an all-state offensive tackle. About 7 years old, we had a cousin that lived down the street and used to spend a lot of time together, like cousins do, playing. He was about 4 or 5 years older than me. And, he used to always try and sexually abuse me. And this just changed my life forever. At the time, as a 7-year-old, you don't understand what's going on or what even that is because you're not aware of what sex is as a 7 years old. He used to threaten me that he'd kill me and my mom and dad if I said anything, so I know it was wrong. Since that time going forward, I went to food and drinks as a form of relief of the pain that I was feeling from the sexual abuse. From about age 16, the depression started to set in. And every year that my age increased, my weight increased. I started high school at 240 pounds as a freshman. Year after high school, I was at 260. After college, I got up as high as 280. 31 years old, I broke the threshold of 300. One of the scariest days of my life because along with breaking that threshold, I found out that I had diabetes. One of the most heartbreaking days of my life because it was all onset because of my nutrition and not taking care of myself. About a couple of years into being 300 pounds, I found out that my left hip was damaged from being severely overweight, morbidly obese my whole life, and that one day in my young age, I would need a hip replacement. I was 33% disabled in my left hip. Knowing I was facing hip replacement at a young age, I was just devastated, and it was all because of my actions of not taking care of my health.
And it wears me down. It wears me down.
Didn't quite know where it all came from. I just know I was unhappy. I didn't understand where these thoughts were coming from. At times I felt like the devil was with me all the time, and no matter how hard I prayed, no matter how hard that I tried to get help, it just wouldn't get there. But one thing that was constant in my life was my support from my family and the love from my family.
My parents and my brother and I were all very close, and we have always stuck together. That's the biggest thing. No matter what happens in life, we're always there for each other.
He teaches me a lot from his past and what he has been through, and just gives me a heads up on everything. me and him are just alike, and we both had depression at the time. And I told him how it was for me and what I did. He kind of told me like what his life was like, so we had a lot in common about how we could like overcome the problems.
I look back, and the turning point had to have been I was a Yaffle football coach, and I had this father that was just a couple years older than me. Became a good friend of mine. His kids were just amazing kids and athletes, and I got real close to them. While their father died at 36 years old from sleep apnea, something that I eventually suffered from, along with high cholesterol and high blood pressure, among all the other issues I had from being morbidly obese. Seeing him die at a young age and seeing how devastated his kids were, and knowing that my kids were similar age, made me want to really find out the why. What was causing, what was driving this?
For a while there, wouldn't even leave the house. He didn't like to go out in public before he started losing weight. And once he started losing weight and helping other people, he made the decision on his own to change everything about himself, from being able to be out in the community helping people, and just his interactions with people on a day-to-day basis.
In my 30s, my abuser contacted me via Facebook. First time I got scared and I blocked him. About 2 years later, he contacted me again, and I was stronger mentally, physically, emotionally, for what would be the day that I took him on as a person, head to head, and I let him know exactly how he made me feel and how he destroyed my life, and how I was not going to let him destroy my life and have power over me anymore. From that day forward, my life changed. Mentally, physically, emotionally. I was not going to be trapped by this depression, by what this individual did to me as a young kid. I was able to, in my 30s, disclose to my parents what had happened, and I felt like everything was freed up. My soul was free, my spirit was free. I was now ready to move on from this demon that was trapped inside of me.
And that's when he saw his life turn around. He decided to make this change to help other people. I would say he was very unhappy, very depressed until he got into this business. And since then, I've seen him turn his life around a complete 180.
He overcame a lot, and I was just so proud of him every step of the way, and just so grateful to be a part of his journey. And it takes a lot for somebody who's gone through what he has to be able to trust somebody, and he really did trust me, and I wasn't going to let him down. I wasn't going to let him fail. I wasn't going to let him go through this alone, and so I just feel very blessed to be a part of that. I knew what he had was special, and I knew what he had come through in the journey made him who he was, and how that part I think so many people can relate to. So he's embraced it now 100%, and I think looking back, and his clients kind of knew some of these things, it's something that has really, it's helped him along the way a lot. So I'm proud of him for being able to still acknowledge where he came from.
What people don't understand is losing weight is really, really easy once you know the science behind it.
I've worked with a few different nutritional coaches and trainers, and what I really like about Isaac is he gives you options, which I truly, truly like. He worked with me because my lifestyle is very busy as a nurse and a mom. My kids are very active, so he really helped me maintain and get to meet my goals with my lifestyle as well.
When it comes to meal prep, whether it be for myself or for my clients, I'm always prepared. Being prepared is going to be the key to success. For me, I have a very busy day and schedule, as well as my clients. So for us to be on point and make sure that we're able to reach our goals daily, what I do is stay prepared. What consists in my program is going to be macro dieting. That means everything is weighed and measured. I wake up about 4:30 in the morning, and this is what my meal prep consists of. I have protein choices, some fat choices, my snacks, and my supplements. What I will do is prepare everything for my day so that I can be successful. And this is all calculated on calculations for my body type, my work schedule, and my workout schedule. So when it comes to preparing myself for the day and making sure that I'm reaching my goals, whether it be just for daily living, which I call as balance of life, or for preparing for a fitness competition, I always know what my weights and measurements are. And that's one of the things that I do for my clients, is I figure out their weights and measurements for their body types, the work schedules, and the activity level. So what you'll see me doing right now is I'm weighing out my protein choices. This is key and essential for building and sustaining muscle mass.
He's very sincere and compassionate about all his clients. I see the goofy part of him, goofy side of him as well.
Honestly, initially I was really nervous to start working with him because, you know, you don't want anybody to know how much you weigh.
When it comes to my fats in the morning, I keep it really easy. I have 2 hard-boiled eggs. For my meals, I'll weigh out an ounce of almonds, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I eat usually between 5 to 7 meals depending on how my busy day is going to go. I generally give my clients a veggie list and they're able to shop and they're able to change those daily. For me, I keep it really easy and I'm cost efficient by using bell peppers. Bell peppers are not that expensive and they're easy to prep. Those are now prepared. Now I'm going to get my snacks together. What I do is I pack up some energy source. Energy source for me is going to consist of fats once again.
I've done things in the past with other nutritionists, and to be honest with you, it was just cookie cutter. With Isaac, what I like about it is just the variety and the change, and that you have a say-so in what your meal plans are.
The other thing that I have with my snacks is I have protein. I use it strictly as a supplement. So some people use ISOs, wheys, weight gainers. I use a vegan protein. This vegan protein does not have lactose, 0 calories, 0 fat, 0 carbs, but 25 grams of protein per serving. And this is basically a day of food prep. This will keep me energized, it'll keep me focused, and it'll help me be successful, being able to reach whatever goals that I intend for that period of time that I'm just balancing my life out or preparing for a fitness or bodybuilding competition.
He's not only training competitors, he's not only training fitness models, he's training everyday people. People that want to live healthier lifestyles, whether they want to lose weight or just stay fit, or just live and learn a healthier lifestyle.
He's amazing at being able to really relate to his clients because he's gone through so much. There's not a whole lot, whether it's internal battle or obviously his physical appearance. Whatever people are struggling with, there's a great chance that Isaac can relate to it and to be able to help them to come out of it.
What makes me the most proud of him is that he's lost a lot of weight and he's accomplished everything that he wanted to do. His dreams came true to him, so it's kind of cool.
It's incredible the transformations that you're helping people with. This works, and it's not a fad diet. It's an everyday lifestyle that you can do.
No matter what the time frame is, you can always make a change. No matter how early it is in life or how late in life, you can always set a goal and accomplish it with the right education, the right support system, and great positive people around you that are like-minded, just like you. Anything's possible. I am living proof of that.